I don't know if you know about this little program from the FTC. It's called COPPA. It's the Children's Online Protection something Act.
Prepared. Fully prepared.
Yes, we're professionals, baby. What it is that it keeps children under the age of 13, so 12 and under, from getting their information collected from websites, forums, YouTube, and stuff like that, without their parents' consent.
Consent?
Yes. Words are hard
Percent?
today. Yeah, percent. Their presence. Yeah, so it's just to keep the kids getting trolled by advertisers and bad actors on like websites and stuff like that.
Is it also supposed to help prevent or keep from cyberbullying, or is this just from
It's just to keep their information from being collected online.
Okay.
Cyberbullying is a little bit different. That's different from the actual website's initiatives, how they go about doing their rules and terms of service and stuff like that. The major reason why we're talking about COPPA is YouTube back in September got caught with their hand in their cookie jar by the FTC because they were collecting information of kids' profiles for advertisers. Because there was this like saying, "Hey, Mattel, you want to have some ads on these channels because hey, we get these kids from ages whatever between 12 and whatever and 6 for your ads." And they're like, "Okay, fine." FTC fined them. I think it was like $170 million or $175 million. Now, because of that, YouTube has stated that any content creators' channels are now susceptible to being fined by the FTC, which is a big fine because that is like $42,000 per video.
Basically, they got in trouble, so they're rolling it downhill and passing the blame.
Yeah, they're saying, well, they're washing their hands of it, say, hey, it's on you guys now. We can't collect it, and neither can you. But the thing is, a lot of channels, or pretty much every channel, doesn't collect that information. YouTube does. Mm-hmm. And we don't have access to, say, our subscribers' email address or information.
Ages,
exactly.
location.
That's all YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's been a big hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring that word in.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So there's been a lot since September where everything is just going through, and there's a lot of videos made. I don't know if you've seen the videos. I posted on our Twitter account a link to a couple of them.
We have a Twitter?
Yeah, we have a Twitter.
Oh, what's the address?
It's at Geek 2.0 or Geek 20 podcast.
Oh, okay.
On Twitter.
Thank you. Did not know that.
Yeah, the link's below in the description. So yeah, there's a whole lot of people saying freaking out because at the time we really had no information. YouTube says, "Hey, this is coming along, and good luck."
Pretty much.
Yeah, and the rules, they didn't even say the rules at the time. I think there's November time frame, October, November, when Susan, I'm going to butcher her last name, Wazowski something, the CEO of YouTube, she posted up a video, and it was just one of the things where it's like, hey, this new stuff's coming up, and be prepared, and good luck. Have fun. But keep hitting that like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And hit that bell. Back in December, a lot more information came out, but then at that time it says, oh, all this stuff's coming out on the 1st of January. So you only have a few weeks
to prepare.
Yeah, to get your stuff in order. One of those things was a lot of the people were freaking out were the Lego community, the Lego building community, anyone that does animation. Because a lot of things, I'm looking at the rules, there's only, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 to 10 rules, and they're very vague.
They basically took it from one thing to an extreme.
Yeah. So one of the rules was the subject matter of the video, e.g., educational content for preschoolers. Okay. There's a lot of community channels out there that
It's simple songs.
yeah, simple songs.
Like that. Ping pong. You know, like the stuff for kids.
Exactly. Okay, that's doable. You can get to other where whether children are your attended or actual audience for the video. Okay, that's the first vague rule. Okay, so you're making a video that you're doing a let's play on Mario Maker.
It starts that sentence starts out understandable. It's the ending of it because if it's intended for children
Or the actual audience.
That's the part that it gets vague because, again, because of the fact that YouTube doesn't pass along the information of the age of your viewers, you don't know. No.
Like right now, this video, when we put it on YouTube, the people watching it, I have no idea who they are or what their age is.
Our intended audience would be adults with kids.
Boomers, Generation Z,
But our
whatever.
Actual audience, who knows?
Exactly.
Not that I'm expecting kids to be watching this because this would be really boring for them. But it doesn't mean that they're not.
Yeah. I mean, they could click on it using their parents' account or not even signed in. And it's just on one of our videos. This gets posted up on the recommended, thankfully, hopefully.
Realistically, no. But, you know, we understand.
It can happen.
Got high hopes.
Another one is whether the video includes child actors or models.
That, again, can slightly understand.
It's also pretty vague, too, because...
It is.
What if you're... Because there's a lot of videos that do reaction videos. A lot of channels are based... Their whole shtick is reaction.
Yeah, what is the React channel? Like, that is their whole thing, and they have one with kids.
Yeah, they're watching like a trailer for, let's say, like A Wrinkle of Time or something like a kids movie that has kids in it. So is this rule affecting that particular video? Are they on the hook now for COPPA? So it's one of those things where it's like, what do we do? Another one is whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated cartoons, characters, or cartoon figures.
That one is one of the ones that bugs me.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean that it's geared towards kids.
There is so many. There's people. That's another thing is the animation community, because they make videos that can fall either to kids or they're dealing with adult situations, but they're in a animated form, or like we talked about with anime. Okay, that can be construed to be appealing to a kid, but the
Not
subject matter
for kids.
Subject matter is not.
Or there's the YouTube creators that do the abridged version. So they'll take a cartoon or an anime and make an abridged version where they'll re-edit and redub the video to be a completely different subject than what the actual anime was for.
Yeah.
Or a cartoon was for. Or you just take stuff like I'm sure there's better examples, but like your Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? That's not exactly intended for kids, you know, that are young.
Yeah, not for like a 6-year-old. But then you're getting closer to like 12 or 13. I mean, the difference between like a 13 and 12-year-old is negligible.
Well, there's also something to be said for the parenting side.
Yeah.
You know, because every parent raises their child to their own standards, and some, you know, won't let kids watch rated R movies until they're, you know,
of 17.
Yeah, getting up there. Whereas some will let them watch rated R movies at 10. You know what I mean? It just depends on your family and your own standards. And it also, in my opinion, depends on the child themselves.
Yeah.
Because some are more mature. Some of them have an understanding of what's real and what's fake, what's, you know, Hollywood, what's news. So they can enjoy some things that are a little bit more outside of their age range.
Right.
So it's,
I mean, it's a case, it's pretty much a case by case basis that You can't have this rules to rule them all.
Yeah, but basically what what YouTube is doing, if we're understanding correctly, is it's no longer putting it on the person viewing, it's now putting it on the person uploading.
Yeah, it's on the content creator themselves, which again,
without giving them the data to properly handle it.
Yeah, because I showed Joe what you have to do to comply with this new rule set from YouTube is either have no, my content and videos are not made for kids. Mm-hmm. Yes, my content is made for kids. And then there is a third option, which is I have to go and do the yes, no on every single video, which is for a lot of these channels, they have hundreds or thousands of videos that they have to go through if they don't do the yes, no.
A blanketed statement.
Yeah, blanket statement. Yeah. So they'll have to go through each and every single video. And in this time that YouTube is basically going through their channel and doing it themselves, but there is going to be, we know how YouTube is with like the copyright system and how screwed up that is. There's a whole bunch of false flags that will happen, that your video becomes demonetized, no longer searchable or on the recommended list, no comments,
and it locks it down.
It pretty much locks it down because YouTube is no longer getting that information from this the viewers or the viewer account.
You know, it makes me wonder though, where is the true enforcement though? Because of the fact there's a fine, the fine's coming from the FDC.
Yeah.
I don't see the FDC scouring YouTube for this.
They will. They're in the press conference. I don't have it pulled up. I'm not going to play it. You can look for it. Well, I have a link for it in the description below. That they equated the old saying of shooting fish in a barrel. The guy said, I forget his name, he said, YouTube is the barrel and the content creators are the fish. And I don't think you're going to go through like us. Our viewership is so low.
Self-deprecating here.
Yeah, self-deprecating humor. But they're going to go after the bigger fish and fine them $42,000 per video. If they see that, okay, this video is marked as not for kids, but in our rules are how we look at it is. So we're going to fine you $42,000.
And see, and that's the kicker, because you could be putting out something that is geared towards non-kid audience. Here'd be a great example. A toy review channel that is geared towards adults.
Yeah.
Not so much that it's adults that are playing with, but more so like, hey, if you would like to know if this toy is safe for your child, or you'd like to know what's involved with this toy, a review for adults on kids' toys. Well, it's geared towards adults. You mark it as geared towards adults, but the content on it is a toy unboxing and playing.
Yeah.
Even though it's all adults, there's no kids in the video. It's still, because the subject matter is kids' toys, you could be flagged and fined for this.
Right.
Which is ridiculous.
It is. I mean, it's